Welcome to Everton Azul. Todo Everton, todo fútbol. Hello, Tuto. How are you?
Javi, how are you?
All right, my friend. Today we have a special guest. It's right across the pond from us. It is John, and we're gonna be speaking to him because he's a Reds fan. How are you, John?
I'm doing well. How about you guys?
Wonderful, thank you, John. We're so very happy to be talking to you, especially because you're a Liverpool fan, and of course, it is difficult to try to get any Liverpool fans around where I live. So I am so glad that you're good friends with Tuto. And how come you are a Liverpool fan?
Yeah. So I was a late adopter of soccer. I grew up on the American sports mostly, basketball, American football, baseball. It wasn't until about 2008 or so that I took an interest in soccer. And at that point, I just had to pick a team, basically. I wasn't really interested in MLS, and I knew that Liverpool had American ownership. So I just decided, that seems like a good team to root for. And so, I suffered through many long years of pain with them because, 2008 was right after their good run from like 2005 to 2007 where they had some success there. But yeah, 2008 to up until the past couple of years was pretty rough there for most of it.
Are you ready for the Merseyside again?
Yeah.
Any thoughts on what happened last time we faced each other? I mean, that was a bittersweet tie for you guys, right?
Yeah, I think that from a Liverpool perspective, a draw was probably a tough result to swallow, especially a draw with the Van Dijk injury. I feel like most Liverpool supporters thought that we should have come out with 3 points instead of 1. And then especially, losing Van Dijk, your anchor for your defense, that was a crushing blow. And then it only got worse from there as on the injury front. So.
Right. I know it was. Of course, now we're talking Toffee. So now we were on the happy side. Of course, we didn't think it was fair that Mane's goal was invalid by VAR, but hey, it is what it is, right? It was just the beginning of the season. We were looking very strong. We were looking forward to the Merseyside. We definitely wanted to respect our home and at Goodison Park, and we were excited. And of course, we thought that it was going to be impossible to beat Liverpool then, because Liverpool was just starting to be in good form. Everyone was in shape and no injuries ahead. And here it goes. A tie was more like a victory for us, even though we wanted to win. But yeah, any thoughts? Anything you want to mention about that pick for Van Dijk play or no?
Yeah, I just want to forget that. Forget it ever happened.
Yeah,
no,
right,
I mean at the time, I don't think there was any ill intent from Pickford. I don't think he was trying to go out and hurt Van Dijk. I think it was a rash challenge. Probably not the wisest thing for him to do, but as a keeper, I played a little bit of keeper myself, and you have to have a tough mentality, a bulldog mentality, where if there's a threat in your box, like you have to be aggressive, and so I don't fault him for that.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit of a rash challenge.
No doubt. But hey, you're not too shabby because you have one of the greatest players on your team. Mohamed Salah, it is absolutely, on a different level, and it's going to be really tough to stop him this time around because we're also suffering from losing our center, Jerry Mina. So, what do you think about the shape that they're in right after the Leipzig win?
Yeah, winning against Leipzig was great. I think that the Premier League results have been poor lately for Liverpool, but getting that win in the Champions League, hopefully it'll boost their confidence a little bit and help them to carry a little bit of momentum forward in the Premier League. And they also have a couple of hopefully easy fixtures. I mean, you say easy, but then you're going to jinx yourself. Easy fixtures coming up where they can expect some points, hopefully. But yeah, I'm excited about that Leipzig win and hope it translates to more success.
Yeah. So, John, do you think you guys are up for challenging now that you've lost some points and Manchester City is definitely at their top level? Is that something that you think you can still accomplish at this point?
Honestly, no. I think City's just too good. They're too strong. They're deeper than Liverpool, and they're probably better than Liverpool. And they have insurmountable lead, I think, at this point for the Premier League. I think City's going to run away with this thing. But the Champions League, Liverpool's still alive, and I think that's. I mean, they'll play for a top 4 spot to get into next year's Champions League, and then with this year's Champions League trophy still in play, I think that's got to be the focus.
Do you think Jurgen Klopp made that much of a difference? Because we hired Carlo Ancelotti, as you know, So you know how having a good coach as part of your team makes a difference, but is it enough when you don't have quality players? I mean, we're struggling trying to find that chemistry, and I don't think Carlo Ancelotti is going to be enough. What were your thoughts when Jurgen Klopp came to Liverpool?
I was stoked. I loved him at Dortmund. I absolutely loved what he was doing at Dortmund, and I'm kind of a little bit of a Bayern hater, and so seeing Dortmund beat up on Bayern a little bit when Klopp was there, it was fun to see him be able to do that with lesser players and lesser budget. And so him coming over to Liverpool, that was a great. It brought me a lot of joy, and I expected big things from him because I do really think that his management style it leads to a lot of success, and that's played out for Liverpool. And you're right, you do have to have the players too. I think that Liverpool's got quality players, but there are a lot of managers who can't do well with quality players. Like look at my other club, Barcelona. They have a lot of quality players individually, but it just doesn't work well together, and they're suffering greatly.
I feel like your midfield is very strong. Is that where you think your strength is at this point? I mean, they're a very well balanced team, but obviously suffering in the defense. Do you feel that midfield is gonna hold you up against Everton this time around?
Yeah, I think the injuries to the defense have kind of shifted the balance of the team a little bit, where Fabinho's been used in central defense a lot. Henderson is playing as a center back right now, which is obviously not his strong suit. They've suffered a lot of terrible goals as a result of that, and Alisson's poor form recently. But you're right, the Liverpool's midfield, I think, should be their anchor. Thiago hasn't really worked out as well as I think that people were hoping for. I think that's an instance of a great individual talent who may not be the right fit for the system. I was hoping for better results, and Thiago himself is playing really great. It's for some reason it's not meshing the right way. I do think the front three as well. I mean, Mane, Firmino, and Salah as a trio up front attacking. I don't know that there's a better three in the game right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, at Anfield, do you feel that home field advantage might actually play in your favor, or do you just you think it's neutral since there's absolutely no fans?
Yeah, up until a couple of weeks ago, I probably would have said the home field advantage would be a big deal, but they've lost a couple of games here recently at Anfield, and that hadn't happened for a few years. I still think home field matters, even though there's no fans. I mean, it's better to play in front of a rowdy cop, but I think Liverpool, they'll regain their form here at Anfield, and that'll be a good advantage for them.
You got it, John. I know it's going to be an incredible game. I cannot wait for Saturday. And of course, it's going to be one of those battles once again. I mean, it just never fails. The cards will fly out, and the controversies will definitely happen. Let's hope that it is a clean game, but I'm not pulling for you, my friend.
I understand.
Well, this is the time. I'll have to say it, Javi. I mean, this is probably the perfect time to catch Liverpool in the wrong spot. I mean, they are playing in Anfield. We are playing against them with, an amazing team. But if we wanted to win against Liverpool, this is probably the best chance. Before, they were a great form when they started the season. Now, not so much. So if we want to take advantage of these right now, these Liverpool, this is probably our best chance right now.
No doubt, Tuto. I think that Everton is going to have to play almost a perfect game. I feel like it should be a game of offense. I mean, at this point, we're suffering in the defense, and so are they. I suggest that we go all out. I mean, we're talking pressure up top, and most people have been saying that we should once again, just wait for Liverpool to come to us. But I honestly do not see that happening. I think that that's going to be one of those games where if we don't attack, I'd rather lose by 5 goals. I don't care. I just wanna. I want the desire to win, and if it works out, great. But if it doesn't, I don't care if we lose. I mean, at this point we've lost so much against Liverpool, and I much rather lose to Liverpool than wait. Let me rephrase that. never lose to Liverpool.
Well, we may have an extra player on our end if Alisson keeps making all these mistakes. I mean, we may have 12 players on our favor.
All right, well, John.
Any thoughts about that, John?
Oh yeah, he looked a lot better against Leipzig than he had recently against City and Leicester. But some of those gaffes that he had against City and Leicester, that's junior league stuff that you don't typically expect from a guy like Alisson.
You know what? You will not get any support for Jordan Pickford from me. Okay, so I'm on the same club. But anyway, so thank you, John. I really appreciate it. I think we've said enough. Thank you, Tuto, once again. John, wish you the best of luck. But hope that Everton wins. Up the Toffees! All right.
Take care, John.
Well, thank you, John. Have a wonderful day. And
Thanks,
thank
guys.
you to everyone. Please make sure you like this video and subscribe. Okay? All right. We'll see you soon.